मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी
मैं 60 महीने सत्ता के सिंहासन पर आरूढ़ होने के लिए नहीं मांग रहा हूं। मैं 60 महीने एक चौकीदार बनने के लिए मांग रहा हूं। देश को चौकीदार की जरूरत है। मेरा तो मंत्र है, न खाऊंगा न खाने दूंगा।
मेरा वचन है भारत मां को, तेरा शीश नहीं झुकने दूंगा।
मेरे देशवासियों, मेरे घर परिवार सब कुछ देश के लिए छोड़ा है। ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये मेरा क्या कर लेंगे भाई? मैंने बताइए क्या कर लेंगे? अरे हम तो फकीर आदमी हैं, झोला लेके चल पड़ेंगे जी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Viewers, good evening. Narendra Modi has completed 12 years as Prime Minister. This is a historic moment. He has won 3 strong mandates from the people and is now one of India's longest serving elected leaders. This is not just about, his time in the Prime Minister's office. This is more about 2 very different ways of thinking and working. I'll tell you why. It's about Modi's trust in people versus Congress dynasty that has ruled India over the years. Former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda has written about Modi today. He says he has seen many Prime Ministers, but Modi is different. Deve Gowda, viewers, has praised India under Modi. He highlights 2 things that make Narendra Modi special. He says he has been inclusive and uncompromising in protecting national interest. Mr. Deve Gowda has also drawn a contrast with Nehru. He says Nehru's cabinet did not really reflect the community, cultural and caste diversity of India. He says Nehru's cabinet was filled with mostly upper caste men. But the Modi cabinet, in contrast, is spectacularly diverse. His words, not mine. He says it has 27 OBCs, 10 SCs and 5 STs. Viewers, it is a fact that Modi has prioritized people while Congress focused on family. One family, the Gandhi family, came first. Everything else was secondary. Even today, everything else is secondary. And Modi is just the opposite. For him, the voters are like Bhagwan, Janta Janardhan, as they say. He always talks about the trust of the people. I mean, look at the real changes. Women who once cooked in smoke-filled rooms now have clean LPG gas. Villages that had no light, electricity, now have solar power for studying. Poor families get tap water at home. Now, these are facts on the ground that have touched millions of lives, and that explains the mandate. Viewers, Modi government has brought digital banking to the poorest villages and stopped, more importantly, crores of rupees from going into wrong pockets, which was an acceptable norm. The governments knew about it, couldn't do anything. Let's talk about what changed about Padma Awards. Under previous governments, as you are aware, these honors were mostly given to the, elite people in Delhi circles, film stars, or those close to power. But Prime Minister Modi has changed the whole system. He made Padma Awards into People's Padma. And that is not just some slogan. Now any citizen can nominate anyone through a simple online process. Self-nomination is also allowed. This has brought transparency, openness, and as a result, unsung heroes from villages, small towns are getting recognition. People who worked silently for the nation are being honored. The focus has shifted from connections, the so-called connections, to real contribution and lifetime service. This is a big shift from the old closed door system. Nobody knew, and only some knew. Bharat Ratna, the highest honor, is now earned for nation building, not given as a family gift. In the Congress era, Bharat Ratna was often given by serving PMs to themselves and loyalists. Jawaharlal Nehru got it in 1955 while he was the Prime Minister. Indira Gandhi received it in 1971. Rajiv Gandhi was awarded in 1991, soon after his death. And guess what? Ambedkar got it a few months before him. Just a few months before Rajiv Gandhi. I think March 90. So today Bharat Ratna goes to leaders and workers across parties for their real work, like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Pranab Mukherjee, Karpuri Thakur, PV Narasimha Rao, Charan Singh. And that's the story also about Padma Awards. So while Congress leaders throw half-eaten apples at people, yes, I'm talking about DK Shivkumar, Modi is working hard to deliver on his Sabka Saath vision. Sample the contrast and then we open the debate.
मैं तो जब कहता हूं ना आप मेरे परिवारजन, तो मेरे परिवारजनों तक पहुंचने का ये आपके सेवक का एक नम्र प्रयास है.
A letter. This is for me lifetime achievement. This is for me Oscar award. This is for me Nobel Prize. श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी मुझे अप्रिशिएट करते हुए एक खत लिखा है.
मोदी तो 25 करोड़ देशवासियों के परिवार का सदस्य है.
This is left to the High Command. High Command has got power to take further actions, but unnecessarily one should not create problems.
Let's open this up. Shehzad Poonawalla, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Prashanti Subhash is the spokesperson of the JDS. Abhinandita Mathur, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Ashwini Kumar Mishra ji, leader of the Congress Party. Vivek Silas ji, national spokesperson Samajwadi Party. Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. And Karan Verma completes this panel. Ms. Subhash, let me begin by asking you, what are your thoughts on what H.D. Devegowda has written about Prime Minister Modi? Because, you know, if one doesn't see the author's name, it is, it would appear that someone from the BJP has written this about the Prime Minister.
Sir, Devegowda is one of the tallest statesmen that India has seen. And if Devegowda is saying, means this is true. See, Devegowda was never power hungry. Despite being 11 months Prime Minister he was, and 3 times Chief Minister he was. So he was never power hungry. If he is talking about Modi beyond party lines, means that he definitely places nation first. For him, the national interest is more than a party. So here, that is what he tried to talk about Modi ji's, accomplishments.
You know, you are saying nation first, but, many in the Congress are of the opinion that Mr. Devegowda has put nomination first. He is praising Prime Minister Modi in the hope that the government nominates him for another term in the Rajya Sabha.
No, never. See, if you see this, if you see Devegowda ji, even before alliance, he has spoken about Modi ji's accomplishments. He also has praised Vajpayee a lot many times. Also, he's praised Manmohan Singh. So there is no, any game he is playing here.
Right.
What I would like to say
I understand
is
that, ma'am. This is for you to tell the people from the Congress party. I get the point. Let me bring in Ashwini Mishra. Ashwini ji, what are your thoughts on Prime Minister Modi completing 12 years in office?
I want to congratulate him. दीर्घायु रहे मोदी जी और अच्छे से काम करें. But I wish देश को और तरक्की की ओर ले जाएं, जो कि हो नहीं रहा है. We can see that we are in a situation where we are almost heading towards almost like 20-30 years we're going back. the kind of conditions people have, living condition people have, the kind of promises Modi ji did. Let me start with Deve Gowda itself. I assume that what you are telling about Deve Gowda is correct, and he always speaks truth. So he also said about Modi ji that he blamed Modi ji for that Modi ji lost his credibility. He also criticized demonetization. He accused Modi ji of politicizing national security. So I believe you will consider all those statements from Deve Gowda as well, which is against Modi ji, and not just looking at those statements which was pro Modi ji, because everyone will have opinion on certain things about certain politician and may not be. The question is what Modi ji achieved in last 12 years. अच्छी बातें तो आप गिनाओगे, लेकिन we need to introspect all those failures, because those are the important points. If a government can be compared by a failures with respect to how it treated the national security, how it treated the farmers, how it treated the 90% of the Indian. We talk about GDP, we talk about lot many other numbers. I don't want to get into the GDP debate or those per capita income thing. But the point is, जो मोदी जी promise करते हैं हर रैलियों में, पूरे करते नहीं करते हैं. Let me just remind you those promises कि काला धन वापस लाएंगे, 15 लाख अकाउंट में आएंगे, आए नहीं आए, 2 करोड़ जॉब हर साल देंगे नहीं देंगे, पेट्रोल डीजल के प्राइस रिड्यूस होंगे, अभी 110 पे हैं, गंगा क्लीन होगी, क्लीन हुई नहीं हुई है, फार्मर्स की इनकम डबल हो जाएगी, हुई नहीं हुई, बुलेट ट्रेन चलेंगी, 100 से ज्यादा स्मार्ट सिटी बनेंगे. आप बताइए ना, $1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी, हम चौथी से तीसरी बनने वाले थे, छठी पहुंच गए. सो we need to see the promises made by Modi ji and how many promises he has fulfilled.
Okay,
that is how you compare.
But Ashwini ji, I agree with you. You know, you can have a debate on the hits and misses, like they say. No one is here of the opinion that कोई गलती नहीं हुई होगी, कोई ऐसा काम नहीं है जो रह गया होगा. It is a work in progress. But if I were to ask you, sir, you know, if I ask you that can you list 2-3 shortcomings of Jannayak Rahul Gandhi, would you be able to tell our viewers?
Sorry, what is the question?
अगर राहुल गांधी जी के आप 2-3 शॉर्टकमिंग्स गिना दें जो मतलब उनके बारे में कुछ ऐसा है जो आप बदलना चाहते हैं कि जो बहुत अच्छी चीजें नहीं है, वो बताना चाहेंगे 2-3? वो भी तो ह्यूमन बीइंग है.
कोई भी आदमी, बिल्कुल कोई भी आदमी परफेक्ट नहीं होता. चेंज इज इनएविटेबल. It is our responsibility that when change happens, it happens for good. We need to learn from our mistake and move forward. Everyone has a scope to change. I'm not saying अगर आप perfect हो जाएंगे तो आप भगवान हो जाएंगे. But the point is, आपकी नीति क्या है, आपकी नियत क्या है? क्या आपकी नीति और नियत जो है वो जनता के हितों के लिए है या इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट फ्रेंड्स के हितों के लिए है?
Industrialist friends. Okay, Shahzad, you have quite a few points to respond. Let's get started.
First of all, Pranesh, the most gladdening thing is that the first OBC, correct the echo please, the first OBC Prime Minister of this country was Deve Gowda, but he could not complete his full tenure because the Congress made his government fall. And the longest serving OBC Prime Minister of this country is Narendra Modi, who has been lauded by the first OBC Prime Minister of this country. But having said that, this is not about Modi ji's records. We are actually celebrating the records that this country is breaking. We are the fastest growing large economy in the world. We are the fastest and the biggest economy in digital payments. We are the second largest in cement production. We are the third largest exporter of mobile phones. We are the fourth largest country as far as solar generation is concerned. We are the fifth largest country as far as overall manufacturing is concerned. He asked in last 12 years what has been achieved. Forget the laurels that Prime Minister Modi has achieved world over and in India. But let me just give you some facts and figures. Defense exports, 700 crores in 2014, today 23,000 crores. Mobile manufacturing, 2 mobile phone manufacturing factories, today 300. Our exports have gone up multifold and we have become a net exporter from a net importer. Internet users up from 25 crores to 95 crores, while rates have fallen from 300 rupees per GB to 10 rupees per GB. Housing for poor, few lakhs to 4 crores. Toilets, few lakhs to 12 crores. Tap water connection, 17% coverage to 85% coverage. Solar capacity, 2 gigawatts to about 110 gigawatts. Metro rail, about 250 kilometers to now about 1,000 kilometers. Expressway, 1,000 kilometers to 7,000 kilometers. Railway electrification, 21,000 kilometers up to 65,000 kilometers. Airports, 74 up to 150 airports. Digital payments, zero. Nothing was happening. Today we do 18 billion per month. This is the level of transformation that we have seen while ensuring that 25 crore people come out of poverty. But you know, there is another record that has been broken, and this debate is actually about makeover of India and leftover for the Janta. The Congress has always given leftovers to the people, and therefore Congress is not left anywhere. The longest serving PM in opposition or PM in waiting is Rahul Gandhi for the last 12 years. And Rahul Gandhi has had a record of 99 election losses, which no other opposition leader has had. So I think even that record has been made. Just on another point, the record that Prime Minister will be breaking tomorrow of Nehruji, it is a little more special, as Mr. Deve Gowda has explained, because in 1952, we hardly had any political parties which were as strong or could give a fight to Congress. And Congress was coming from legacy of freedom struggle. And it also had Mahatma Gandhi as a leader. But today, in these times when there is a deepening of democracy, that time Prime Minister Modi has become third time Prime Minister and has become the longest serving elected Prime Minister. That in itself shows that this is what happens when you do makeover and not throw leftover.
I'm sure you're aware of what Rahul Gandhi has said. He says 12 वर्षों की गरीब विरोधी आर्थिक नीतियों और कॉम्प्रोमाइज विदेश नीति के आज देश को ऐसे हालत में लाकर खड़ा कर दिया है जहां लाखों गरीब परिवारों और महिलाओं को लकड़ी के जहरीले धुएं की तरफ धकेल दिया गया है, so on and so forth. Shehzad.
Is that question to me?
Yeah. That's for you. Rahul Gandhi's reaction on Modi completing 12 years in office.
No, look, Rahul Gandhi is a perennial pessimist and a constant cynic. Didn't he say economy is dead? And just now we have seen that the economy has grown at a rate of 7.7% and the last quarter at 7.8%. Rahul Gandhi and his family ensured that this country did not have even 100% LPG connection. Today we are giving 100% LPG connection. Yes, of course, domestic prices of LPG have gone up. But by the way, the time that Rahul Gandhi's government was in power, it was selling the LPG cylinder 14 kilos at 1241 rupees. Today, despite the nominal price rise that has taken place after 75 days of an international war, the price of LPG cylinder is about 900 odd rupees, 850, 900 rupees per 14 kg cylinder. So this means that overall the rate has come down. Those who gave 12% inflation, those who ensured that the poor had to live in kacha houses without toilets, those who did not ensure that GST was implemented because of which the basic taxes on essentials could not come down, should be the last people speaking. They are the ones.
Let
and
me
why
bring
don't they
in
cut the
Mr. Vivek Silas. Mr. Silas, you are from the Samajwadi Party, alliance partner of the Congress Party. What do you make of the last 12 years? Obviously, I'm sure you will have an opinion on that. But, you know, I want to focus more about the approach, the mindset. Don't you think that has changed in the last 12 years, sir?
Well, as Shehzad was saying, Pranesh ji, that everything has broken its record. I'll tell you the record-breaking lies, you know. I'll take a leaf out of what you said. You said women cooked in smoke-filled rooms, you know. लेकिन कल ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मोदी जी के 12 साल की उपलब्धियां भारत मंडपम में बताई. उसमें उज्ज्वला सिलेंडर का भी उन्होंने मेंशन किया, जिक्र किया. और आज अगले ही दिन उज्ज्वला सिलेंडर पर पानी डालकर तेजांजलि दे दी, सब्सिडी खत्म. पहला काम तो ये किया. धुआं मुक्त रसोई अब रसोई मुक्त भारत में बदल गई है, इसमें अब कोई डाउट नहीं है, क्योंकि सिलेंडर तो अब गया है. 2019 में मैं याद दिला दूं कि 2024 तक भारत को 5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाने का आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने वादा किया था, और ये कहा था कि हम तीसरे नंबर पे आ गए. और सच्चाई यही है कि हम चौथे नंबर पे पहुंच के अब 6वें नंबर पे आ गए. उन्होंने ये भी वादा किया था 2024 तक हर भारतीय के सर पे छत होगी, हर किसान की जो है वो आय दुगनी हो जाएगी. आज हकीकत यह है कि 1.9 लाख मतलब 1,90,000 किसान जो हैं हर साल आत्महत्या कर रहे हैं. 2027 तक विकसित होने का वादा किया था, अब 2047 के
सपने दिखा रहे थे। 15 लाख देने के वादा किया था, 15 लाख करोड़ के घोटाले होने लग गए हैं। काला धन 100 दिन में लाने के लिए कहा था, स्विस बैंक में काला धन तीन गुना ज्यादा बढ़ चुका है। डॉलर 97 पे पहुंच गया, हम सबको पता ही है। INR जो हमारी है वो वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग करेंसी इन द वर्ल्ड बन गई। एक बात और बता दूं, 40,000 MSME पिछले साल, एक साल के अंदर 40,000 MSME बंद हो चुके हैं और मेक इन इंडिया का
तो
कुछ
मैं
पता
आपका
नहीं चल
काम
रहा कि
आसान
क्या
कर
चल
देता
रहा
हूं, आप सीधा यही कह दीजिए कि राहुल गांधी सही है व्हेन ही सेज इकोनॉमी इज डेड, इंडियन इकोनॉमी इज डेड। क्या आप उस बात को एंडोर्स करते हैं, इंडियन इकोनॉमी डेड है?
Look, Pranesh, Rahul Gandhi is not the Prime Minister of the country. It is the Prime Minister who is responsible for carrying India on his shoulders.
Of course,
That is the thing.
no. The Prime Minister is responsible for carrying the country on his shoulders, but the other leaders must also speak responsibly. Is that too much to ask? When the leader of opposition says India surrendered, Narendra surrendered, etc., one can overlook the political remarks. But when you say the economy is dead, is the Indian economy dead, Mr. Silas? Specific question, I'm expecting an honest answer.
No, definitely the economy is shattered at the moment. We cannot deny from that. Yeah,
Okay.
It is shattered.
Now, like
It is
Shehzad,
dented.
you were saying Shehzad listed all the achievements. He can go on and on because he's from the BJP, you would say. Would you like to tell our viewers one or two achievements of Modi? Do you think there have been any hits in the last 12 years? एक दो काम कोई ढंग के हुए हैं आपके हिसाब से?
नहीं, सबसे ढंग का काम तो मुझे यही लग रहा है प्रणेश जी कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के इशारे पे आज देश चल रहा है। ट्रंप जो भी बोलते हैं, देश, भारत या प्रधानमंत्री उसका खंडन नहीं करते हैं। उन्होंने कहा रूस से तेल ना खरीदो, हाँ साहब नहीं खरीदेंगे। ईरान से मत लो, हाँ साहब
कहा है
नहीं
कि रूस से तेल नहीं खरीद रहे, हम खरीद रहे हैं।
दिया है ना, वेनेजुएला से मना कर दीजिए कि हम नहीं लेंगे। आप बोल दीजिए हम अमेरिका से तेल नहीं लेंगे, हम जहां से मर्जी वहां से लेंगे।
नहीं तो हम तो जहां से मर्जी वहीं से ले रहे हैं, जहां से हमको सस्ते में मिलेगा, हमारा फायदा हम वहीं से लेंगे। ये क्या, आप जब यूक्रेन का वॉर हुआ था तो लोग कह रहे थे यहां से मत लो, वहां से मत लो, रशिया से मत खरीदो क्योंकि रशिया अटैक कर रहा है यूक्रेन को। अब आप बोल रहे हैं कि वहां से तेल क्यों हम नहीं ले रहे हैं? ऑपोजिशन को भी तो अपना मन बना लेना चाहिए ना। आप लोग हर चीज में फ्लिप फ्लॉप देखिए। आप राहुल गांधी कह रहे हैं इंडियन इकोनॉमी इज डेड, आप बोल रहे नहीं डेड नहीं है, शैटर्ड है। शैटर्ड और डेड में फर्क है या नहीं? करण, 12 years of PM Modi and the criticism or the general commentary that you're hearing, what is your take?
So firstly, to our good friend Vivek Silas ji, it's not just H.D. Devegowda ji. There was another very senior leader who in 2019 on the floor of the parliament said, मोदी जी आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, सबको साथ लेके चलते हो, मैं तो चाहता हूं दोबारा चुनाव जीत के आप वापस प्रधानमंत्री बन जाओ।
उनका नाम भी पूछ
लीजिए। जी किसने कहा था? ये नेताजी ने कहा था, मुलायम सिंह यादव जी ने कहा था। तो उन्होंने भी तारीफ कर रखी है। इवन द फियर्सेस्ट ऑफ Narendra Modi ji's opponents have actually at some point or the other showered praise on his track record in governance, Pranesh. Which is because if you dispassionately look at it, I mean, Shehzad has given a barrage of numbers. I'll try to simplify it for your viewers. In 2014, Pranesh, we had 17 crore rural households. 17 crore. Out of these 17 crore rural households, not more than 2 crore had a gas connection, 3 crore barely had a water connection, and 2.5 crore had a toilet in their households. That is where we were after 67 years of independence. Barely 15 to 20% had these basic facilities, something we people sitting in cities take for granted. Today, 12 years later, it's an almost saturation of 100% where these basic facilities have been provided in the last 12 years. That itself is the single greatest achievement of this government. Now let's talk, I'm only talking about irrefutable facts so that there cannot be any two ways about it. Now let's talk about national security. In 2014, P. Chidambaram and Manmohan Singh both are on record saying Naxalism is the single biggest threat to this country. 124 districts at that point of time. Out of 800 districts of our country, 124 were Naxal affected. Today it has been obliterated. Can you just imagine, fathom the level of achievement this is from a national security standpoint? Those were the days when after 26/11, Manmohan Singh would go to George Bush and say, look, we did not attack anyone. We were hand-tied. We respected you. We didn't do anything. That was submission. Ashwini ji, that was submission. Vivek Silas ji, that was bowing to American pressure. Today we retaliated with surgical strikes, with Operation Sindoor, and we ripped them apart. So we've come a long way in terms of governance, security, national security, and also economy. He is the best performing prime minister in terms of inflation. Inflation आज इनके मुंह से नहीं निकला. महंगाई की जो बात करते हैं, put out the figures. The best performing prime minister ever in terms of inflation. Compare that to anyone. Compare that to the economist Manmohan Singh ji also, with all due respect. So these are unbelievable achievements, Pranesh.
Okay.
Is it that he cannot do more? Of course he can. We all have expectations. But to say that his track record is not been up to the mark, I think the people have elected him time and again, and that further attests his credibility. Here is a man who in 2001 became the CM of Gujarat, and since then he has won almost every election. What almost? In fact, he has won every election. That is the man we are talking
And
about.
not just the voters. I mean, look at what is happening in the opposition camp. Leaders from opposition parties are dumping their party and endorsing Prime Minister Modi's leadership, whether or not they join. I want to bring in, Harish ji quickly before I go to Miss Abhinandita Mathur. Harish, we've discussed this over the last 2 weeks. I mean, for Congress to say that, look, Rahul Gandhi has arrived, his time has come, shadow Prime Minister, PM in waiting, etc., etc. What do you make of what Congress governments had done, successive Congress governments over the years, in contrast to the last 12 years of Prime Minister Modi?
Oh, first of all, if you go ahead with propaganda versus performance, then of course these 12 years of government have done much more the propaganda than the performance, because there are so much of shortcomings in a national level is concerned. We have the GDP at the all-time low. We have the unemployment at the all-time low. We have the farmer distress at all-time low. And our rupees are almost hovering towards 100 mark. So having said that, Mr. Sheshad, they are saying that the exports have been double in so much of factors. But those weather which is bringing down any foreign direct investment? No. The foreign direct investors are going out of the country. And we have the extremely volatile foreign policies are concerned. Any neighboring countries are shabby with our foreign policy when it comes to China. Whether
obviously our foreign policy is not to please China or any other country.
One thing, one thing. If I want to applaud this government, the BJP government, then it had made sure that there is no opposition, that too particularly the Congress is not even strong to oppose the BJP. That is the only one thing which the BJP have done it, and by making sure that Congress never grow anywhere.
Okay, Harish, then let me, 1 minute. Let's go step by step here. Why do you think, okay, if you think there have been, so many shortcomings in the last 12 years, and, obviously you have a right to your opinion, but I'm just curious, then if, how would you explain the 3 mandates that the Prime Minister has got? Last 3 general elections. Something must have clicked.
No. That is debatable. That is debatable still, Pranesh, because from 303 coming down to 240 in the next election shows that the popularity is getting decreased. The people's mandate is getting lower. And now it is a minority government. As you brought in this point, I want to categorically say that this is a minority government which is supported by the both Nitish Kumar as well as Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. So you don't say that he has got a people's mandate of 400 bar, which they claim they will be achieving.
Who's saying 400 bar? But this is not a minority government. Come out of the, whichever land you are in. How is this a minority government? And if you think this is a minority government, introduce a motion and expose the government, make the government fall.
Pranesh, one thing. 272 is our halfway mark for any government to have its single largest majority, which the BJP is lacking. You have to accept the fact.
But that's okay. There have been governments that have been coalition governments. Now, in the 3rd term, the BJP plus allies are not in minority.
Okay, you keep it whatever it will. But I'm coming to the point. The one thing which I want to applaud Mr. Modi is they made sure the Congress is destroying themselves and digging their own grave. They have did even in Tamil Nadu by doing whatever the preposterous moves they have taken, by doing the dishonest move in
Harish,
Tamil Nadu.
So 1 minute. The Congress dumped the DMK in Tamil Nadu. Do you blame Prime Minister Modi for it or Rahul Gandhi?
Of course. No. I'm saying that the one thing which I want to applaud Mr. Modi is for
that's
keeping
not my
the
question.
Congress never grow themselves.
No. You have the DMK has said, choicest of words for the Congress party. Who would you blame for Congress's decision to dump the DMK and to go with TVK? Rahul Gandhi or Narendra Modi? Simple question.
Of course it is Rahul Gandhi, because he never made any decision so far on a national scale to put a strong fight to the BJP.
Okay.
That is the reason.
Shehzad, I'll come to you. Let me, one person hasn't spoken, Miss Mathur. Miss Mathur, go ahead.
Thank you. Many congratulations to the BJP and Narendra Modi. I think the country cannot be congratulated because, in one word, if I have to summarize the 12-year work of Narendra Modi, there is only one word, and that is Farziwada.
Ma'am, wo 2 words ho gaya na?
The entire 12 years is Farziwada. Main ek karke, give me a moment, let me finish. I heard everyone patiently. Jobs. Modi ji had said 2 crore job milenge. Matlab 24,000 jobs in these 12 years. Halat ye hai that MBAs, postgraduates are barely getting gig work. They are delivering your Blinkit and Swiggy and all that. That is the halat. Then he said corruption. Modi ji ne kaha, na khaunga na khane dunga, na khaunga na khane dunga. Aaj halat ye hai ki wo bulate hain, come to my washing machine. पहले धुलते हैं and then मिल बांट के खाते हैं. That is the halat of corruption. You look at the inequality between the rich and the poor. It is shameful. It is shameful that 80 crore people in this country are dependent on ration. And do you know what they get in ration? People cannot afford to buy dal chawal. That is the halat of this country. And what are you celebrating?
Dal chawal, ma'am. There was a chief minister who made Sheesh Mahal. आप दाल चावल की बात कर रहे हैं? शीश महल बना लिया मैम. वो which economy was that? Was that outside India?
Don't force me to bring my 12th point to the 5th point. Please wait for it. Your time will come. I must also say that look at the GDP, look at the economy, look at the insecurity, look at the foreign investors running away, look at the brain drain. The list is endless. And there is one thing जो कि मोदी जी नहीं कर पाए इन 12 साल में, और वो है कि आज तक इस देश के स्टूडेंट्स को वो अपनी डिग्री नहीं दिखा पाए. ये हालत करी हुई है for a party that is responsible from Vyapam to the NEET leak. It is very rich to congratulate yourselves, and let me tell you, laugh.
Okay, one point. Yeah, finish that point, ma'am. Finish the
impact of the Modi regime, and that is that they have completely destroyed autonomy of the media. मीडिया वालों को भक्त और दलाल बना के रख दिया है. These are the achievements of the Prime Minister. I am very sorry.
Ma'am, I mean, what would the Aam Aadmi Party say? Because Times Now exposed Sheesh Mahal. So obviously you would think that, we are some bhakts and the other word that you've used. But like I said, you can say what you want. Let's hear from the BJP.
No, see, simply put that, first of all, those who have raided Punjab Kesari group, those who put a reporter of this group, Bhavna, in jail for reporting on Sheesh Mahal, are talking about media autonomy. I mean, this is like somebody who has regular alcohol preaching the benefits of not drinking and driving. And I'm not making any personal comment on anyone. Don't take the example personally. Having said that, forget me. RBI claims report says 2 crore jobs have been generated per year, and EPFO data substantiates that. Let's go to the next point. Rich and poor differences. The Gini coefficient has actually improved in the last 12 years. This is a World Bank report. Then let's go on to the next point, that the foreign investors have run away. Between 2004 to 14, FDI worth $300 billion came to this country. Today it's over $700 billion has come in the last 10-11 years. Let's go to the next point. Degree दिखाने की बात. Prime Minister की डिग्री तो अरुण जेटली ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके दिखा दी थी, but because the challenge has been put, Pranesh at 9:01, that means 1 minute after your show gets over, I will tweet Prime Minister's degree and Abhinandita should tweet Manish Sisodia and Bhagwant Man's degree. Let's do it. 9:01 I will tweet the Prime Minister's degree, and 9:01 if Abhinandita does not tweet Manish Sisodia's degree and Mr. Bhagwant Man's degree. But this is not about degree. It is about third degree that has been given to the ally partners by Rahul Gandhi. जो India Alliance का meeting हुआ, the India Alliance meeting that took place, the biggest party after Congress in that faction is Samajwadi Party. Samajwadi Party cursed Congress in that meeting. The second biggest is TMC. That is, Asli TMC was not there. The third biggest is DMK. DMK had boycotted. Aam Aadmi Party had boycotted. So forget everything else. Rahul can't even get the confidence of his allies, can't get the confidence of Ram Guha, can't get the confidence of his own sisters' people. He has lost the mandate completely because you are giving leftover, not makeover.
अश्विनी
जी, मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ शहजाद शायद प्रिपरेशन करके आए थे एलआई पार्टी पे मीटिंग की, और आपने डिबेट कर ली मोदी के 12 साल पे, तो शहजाद को अपना जो याद करके आए तो सुनाना जरूरी था. खैर,
आपने तैयारी की है कि नहीं? आपने तैयारी की है? मैं 1-2 सवाल पूछूं आपसे.
एग्जाम्पल देता हूं मैं. आप पूछ लेना, पहले मेरा एक एग्जाम्पल है उसका, शहजाद से कहे तो हो सके तो जवाब दे दें. मैंने इंजीनियरिंग किया है इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज एनआईटी सूरतकल से 2001 से 2005 में. उसी टाइम पे मैं आईआईटी बीएचयू में भी था, कुछ टाइम के लिए चला गया. उस टाइम पे मेरी फीस जो थी वो 5,000 रुपए पर सेमेस्टर थी. और उस टाइम पे जब मैं जॉब करके निकलता था टीसीएस, इन्फोसिस और किसी कंपनी में, तो 2 से 2.5 लाख पर एनम का पैकेज मिलता था. अभी उसी टीसीएस इन्फोसिस में जब उसी कॉलेज से लोग जॉब करके निकलते हैं तो 5 से 6 लाख का पैकेज नहीं मिलता है, मतलब 2.5 गुना मैक्सिमम इनकम जो मिलती है एक इंजीनियर की. बट उसी कॉलेज की फीस जो 5,000 रुपए सेमेस्टर थी वो 2.25 लाख रुपए सेमेस्टर हो गई है, ऑलमोस्ट 30 टाइम्स. और ये अक्रॉस एजुकेशन सेक्टर में हुआ है. तो जो रोटी कपड़ा मकान हेल्थ एजुकेशन की हम बात करें ना, महंगाई कैसे इसको कैसे एक्सप्लेन करोगे? रोटी के लिए आप 80 करोड़ लोगों को राशन
तो
दोगे.
करण आपसे कह तो रहे ना, इन्फ्लेशन वाले नंबर्स दीजिए. वो जो कह रहे हैं उनको चैलेंज करिए आप करण वर्मा को इन्फ्लेशन पे. बट शहजाद वांट्स टू रेस्पॉन्ड टू यू क्विकली.
I'll answer. Pranesh, Pranesh, just 20 seconds of indulgence. Mr. Ashwini has given his personal example कि मैं जिस समय पे पढ़ाई लिखाई किया, it was this much fees, this much was the package. Now what is the fees? Now what is the package? He has given. But Pranesh, he has not given one fact. Ashwini is not sitting here as a person who's seeking a job. In 2017-18, Ashwini started his own company. And he could do it because startups only worked after 2014. And today, Mr. Ashwini has a crores worth valuation company. So therefore, Mr. Ashwini is no longer a job seeker. Ashwini under Modi Raj, in the 12 years of Modi, just like Rahul Gandhi's income has gone up, assets has gone up, shareholdings have gone up, Ashwini has become a crorepati, just like millions of our startup people, because there were 400 startups under Manmohan Singh. Today there are 2 lakh startups. There were 4 unicorns, there are 25 unicorns, and Ashwini's company is a crore valuation company.
And the क्या लॉजिक है शहजाद?
पहले ये हाँ ना तो बता दीजिए. करोड़पति हैं आप अश्विनी जी, तो बता दीजिए उसमें. वी शुड ऑल बी हैप्पी अबाउट यू. आप बोल दीजिए कि हाँ वो वैल्यूएशन है.
अरे मैं अगर मैंने 10 साल पहले प्रॉब्ली कांग्रेस टाइम पे किया होता तो शायद मैं 10 टाइम्स रिच होता. इसका इतनी हर्डल है बिजनेस करने में.
तो किया क्यों नहीं आपने? आप फंस गए. देखिए आप वैल्यूएशन में फंस गए. अभी मैं करण के पास जाऊंगा, लेकिन मैं चाहता हूं कि आप वैल्यूएशन पे बता दीजिए. क्या आप सही में करोड़ों की ये वैल्यूएशन जो शहजाद बता रहे हैं वो है या नहीं है?
That is something I earned myself. I was not mature enough to start a business in 2010, 2011. I need to have an experience which I got in 2015, 16. I started that point of time. The point is not that. The point is there is still crores of engineers coming out of colleges. उनके पिताजी उनको कैसे एजुकेशन देंगे जब फीस जो है 8 लाख, 10 लाख, 15 लाख 4 साल की होगी, जो फीस पहले 25-30 हजार, 40 हजार हुआ करती थी. How do you expect people to get educated? That question Shahjad has not answered.
Karan, Let's now go beyond valuation. I think Miss Mathur was making that point about dal chawal. क्या दाल चावल नहीं है लोगों को? Shortage of dal chawal and existential crisis essentially under Modi.
नहीं, मैं दो चीजें क्लियर कर दूं प्रणेश। एक तो अश्विनी जी ने जो बात कही है, जरा वो सबको गौर से सुनना चाहिए। इनका कहना है टीसीएस इन्फोसिस जो है वो 4-5 लाख का पैकेज क्यों दे रही है, ज्यादा का क्यों नहीं दे रही है। मतलब ही एक्सपेक्ट्स मोदी जी टू कॉल अप द टीसीएस पीपल एंड इन्फोसिस पीपल एंड टेल देम कि भाई अब वैल्यूएशन इतना करो। फिर ही वांट्स मोदी जी टू कॉल अप द प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट्स एंड से कि अपनी फीस ऐसे करो। मतलब इन्हें बेसिक नहीं पता कि ये सप्लाई डिमांड मार्केट इकोनॉमी से चलती है। द गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट मेंट टू बी डिक्टेटिंग टर्म्स। ये अपने नेहरूवियन सोशलिस्ट माइंडसेट से बाहर ही नहीं निकल पाए। अश्विनी जी सफल तो हो गए बिजनेस में, बट अभी भी इनको ये बेसिक्स नहीं पता है सोशलिज्म और फ्री मार्केट इकोनॉमी की। खैर, दूसरी बात जो बार बार कही, आप स्पोक्स पर्सन ऑल्सो सेड दिस, कि 80 करोड़ को राशन मिल रहा है। इनको अगेन बेसिक्स नहीं पता है। 12th February 2010 को the Supreme Court reprimanded the UPA government, and at that time the agriculture minister was Sharad Pawar, and the Supreme Court told them कि गोडाउन्स में, FCI गोडाउन्स में राशन सड़ रहा है। Why is it not distributed to the poor? Either bring in farm reforms where you have private participation, which Congress and all these people opposed when the BJP brought them, or distribute them for free. It was the Supreme Court's order which is being followed, and 80 crore people are today getting that ration. They don't understand it. और ये दाल चावल की जो बात कर रहे हैं, आपको पता है सबसे ज्यादा खराब इसमें अगर किसी ने किया है, it is because of Bhagwant Man's policies, which even Raghav Chadha raised. Bhagwant Mann was given a proposal by the center that we can actually diversify to pulses. The water level is going down in Punjab. But for his vote bank, Bhagwant Mann said, let the water level go down. Let the rice, surplus rice, rot in the godowns, but we will not ask our farmers to diversify. And he continued misleading them. So if anything, it is the AAP disastrous government which has doubled the debt in Punjab, which is depleting the water table there. And that is the story of 80 crore people getting that ration.
Ashwini ji, आप, why are you behaving like Nikhil Jain? ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं आप? ये पेज पलटाने से वैल्यूएशन ऊपर नहीं जाएगी सर, इससे कुछ नहीं होगा।
मुझे करण जी को बता दीजिए कि एनआईटी और आईआईटी जो है प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट।
उन्होंने आईआईटी की बात नहीं की, उन्होंने टीसीएस की बात की। अब आप वैल्यूएशन ज्यादा है कंपनी की, तो अब सुनना तो खुद ही पड़ेगा ना, कि उसके लिए भी आप स्टाफ रखेंगे कि स्टाफ सुन के बताएगा। ऐसे मत कीजिए आप अश्विनी जी। उन्होंने जो बोला वो टीसीएस की बात कर रहे थे, आप आईआईटी में चले गए। कोई बात नहीं, आप देखिए, आप मुस्कुरा सकते हैं, इतनी वैल्यूएशन है आपकी कंपनी की। लेट मी ब्रिंग इन मिस्टर साइलस अगेन। मिस्टर साइलस, लेट्स नाउ टॉक अबाउट द द माइंडसेट चेंज और द अप्रोच। एक जो समथिंग दैट keeps coming up is how Bharat Ratna was bestowed on people, given to people, how Padma awards were given. आप देखिए सर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स were giving Bharat Ratna to themselves. Dr. Ambedkar did not get the Bharat Ratna. He got it in 1990. Every airport, every road, every hospital, everything was named after the Gandhi family. Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi. Hasn't that mindset changed, sir? अब आप देखिए जो far flung areas के लोग हैं, achievers हैं, lesser talked about, little known, उनको दिया जाता है पद्मा अवार्ड्स, ऑपोजिशन लीडर्स को मिलता है। मुलायम सिंह यादव जी को दिया गया एनडीए गवर्नमेंट के तरफ से।
As far as the Bharat Ratna and the Padma awards are concerned, it has nothing much to do with the the development of the country, first of all.
तो वापस नहीं लेते ना आप लोग, वापस कर देते कि हमको नहीं चाहिए।
Please listen to me, Pranesh. I want to ask, what have you done for the education of the country? You just spent 2%.
Sir, no, I have a problem here. No, Mr. Vivek Silas, when we debate, then we have to talk about everything. We can't say this has got nothing to do with development. I just have one question. You answer this question, and then you can ask the question. You tell me, जो सैफई फेस्टिवल होता था, सैफई महोत्सव, उसका डेवलपमेंट से क्या मतलब था सर?
मैं तो सिर्फ यही पूछ रहा हूं, मुझे बोल लेने दीजिए। बहुत सीरियस चीज है, इस पे अभी आपकी डिबेट में डिस्कशन नहीं हुआ।
नहीं
This
तो इसमें
government
भी
is
तो
a-
नहीं हुआ। आप बोल रहे हैं कि पद्मा अवार्ड्स, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं विवेक भाई, आप बोल दीजिए ना पद्मा अवार्ड्स। मैं माइंडसेट चेंज की बात कर रहा हूं।
आपकी हर बात मानने के लिए तैयार हूं, लेकिन मेरी बात सुन लीजिए। What have you done about the education of this country? You are spending only 2%. You have closed 90,000 schools across India. What is the status of health development? Every third child born in India is malnutrition. As far as the data are concerned, the IMF has put the Indian data at grade C. अभी किसी ने भ्रष्टाचार की भी बात की थी, तो मंदिर के चंदा चोरी करने वाले लोगों से भ्रष्टाचार की बात करेंगे, या प्रभु श्री राम के नाम पे जमीन का घोटाला करने वाले लोगों पे भ्रष्टाचार की बात करेंगे? इनसे ज्यादा भ्रष्ट कोई हुआ है क्या हिंदुस्तान के अंदर?
अच्छा, वो जवाब
जिन्होंने
देंगे
भगवान राम-
शहजाद जो है वो जवाब देंगे। आप उस सफाई महोत्सव के बारे में बता दीजिए ना। हर साल जो आयोजन होता था उसका विकास से कोई लेना देना था?
अरे मैं कह रहा हूं ये लोग तो प्रभु राम के नाम पे
अरे
चंदा
आप
चुरा
सफाई
रहे हैं।
महोत्सव पे क्यों नहीं बात करना चाह रहे हैं विवेक साइलस? क्या दिक्कत हो गई है?
10 साल हो गए,
तो 10 साल
11
से
साल
सरकार
हो
में नहीं है इसीलिए हो गए ना,
11
नहीं तो हर
हो
साल
गए।
होती।
सरकार रहते ही बंद हो गया था 2016 में।
वही तो कह रहा
क्या बात
हूं।
कर रहे हैं? वही
चलिए।
घूम फिर के सैफई महोत्सव,
घूम फिर
अरे
के क्यों?
डेवलपमेंट की
आपने
बात
कहा
करनी है
पद्मा अवार्ड्स का कोई मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि आप 4 लोग बैठते थे बोलते थे इनको दे दो, इसको दे दो, उसको दे दो, और मैं ले लेता हूं भारत रत्न। ऐसे दिया जाता था शहजाद।
आज तो प्रणेश जी मैं आपकी डिबेट पे बहुत खुश हो गया। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि जिस पार्टी का ऑफिशियल स्टैंड राम जी काल्पनिक है, जिस पार्टी का ऑफिशियल स्टैंड रामचरितमानस को फाड़ कर फेंक दो, आज उसके विवेक साइलस, ब्रदर विवेक साइलस इज सेइंग दैट राम मंदिर के बारे में कि देखो राम मंदिर बनना चाहिए और उसके चंदे की चिंता है। मान्यवर विवेक साइलस, ब्रदर विवेक, देयर वाज आल्सो दिस चिंता दैट वाज डन बिटवीन 2004 to 14. Brother Vivek, you were part of that government, and Brother Vivek, you had a government in UP in 12 to 14. Why did you not arrest all the so-called chanda chors at that time? Because Brother Vivek, you know that you are using the name of Prabhu Ram only to score a political point. जाना मंदिर में नहीं है, सांसद वहीं से है. But anyways, I want to come to the larger point of Padma and Bharat Ratna. Again, it was a makeover or leftover. Leftover देते थे, अपने परिवार के retainers को award दे देते थे. And Modi is the only person who has ensured that Bharat Ratna is given not to the BJP minded or the right-wing minded people, but to the people from the opposite side of the spectrum. And therefore, Pranab Mukherjee, Narasimha Rao ji, whether it is Karpuri Thakur ji, Chaudhary Charan Singh ji, all of them got Bharat Ratna.
V.S. Achyutanandan,
Padma Award was
Tarun
given to
Gogoi,
Mulayam Singh
you're
Yadav. And now Brother
absolutely
Vivek
right.
is saying that Mulayam Singh Yadav did not do anything for development. You should not talk about Padma.
वो हो गया, वो बोलते बोलते बोल दिया उन्होंने, फिर वो सैफई में फंस गए। विवेक भाई ये होता है, दिस हैपेंस, कोई बात नहीं। मिस सुभाष, यू वर मेकिंग अ पॉइंट। करण, आई गिव यू द लास्ट वर्ड।
No, Congress they were talking about the awards, and if you really see the core facts, if you really see Jawaharlal Nehru, he got Bharat Ratna Award in 1955 when he was the PM.
He did not
Indira
get it,
Gandhi
ma'am.
when
No. He did not get it. He gave it to himself.
No. Yeah, they gave it to themselves. So why? This is when they are in power, everybody, the entire Khandan, they are getting the power. But this does not happen in Modi's era. So this happened in Nehru's era, and now it continues to happen if they come into power.
Okay.
So what I would like to say is, the Bharat Ratna award was given for the tribal, the farmers, the backward
That's
classes
right.
people. For all these people, they got it. The unsung heroes, they got these powers. So what the social justice also, if you would like to see, even in the cabinet, if you see the OBC.
That's right. I began by giving out those stats. You are absolutely right. Ms. Mathur, you had your hand up. Yes.
Yes, I mean, I would really like to say that as my final comment, the truly heartbreaking thing about this Modi era is absolute collapse, absolute disaster, that is zero accountability. Today, if you're a woman and you are, being harassed, even if you're the Olympian, still there is no accountability.
Right.
If you are going to the courts, you are struggling at every level, what is this country going to be if we will not have accountability? Look at the paper leaks. I mean, on behalf of the youth of this country, on behalf of the students of the country, I would really beg this government to please get Mr. Pradhan to resign. Show
Karan.
some.
So, Pranesh, when Mr. Modi assumed power, he said those golden words that I have not come here for an easy job. I've come here to solve legacy issues. And he has solved legacy issues. You remember the kind of leakage we had in public distribution where Rajiv Gandhi said that I send 1 rupee and only 15 paisa reaches?
Yes.
He solved that with DBT. He solved legacy issues like Article 370, where everyone from the opposition said that it cannot be touched. He removed it. He ensured that the Ram Mandir was constructed. He restored our cultural heritage, and that is a big thing for a generation that has grown after 2014. You talked about mindset. Ye Naya Bharat hai.
Okay.
Unapologetic of its identity, and that is a huge contribution.
Let's
of Mr.
leave it
Modi.
at that. I thank all of you for joining us.